Hi, Lou Manfredini, Ace's home expert, with some tips on how to cut wood trim. If you have a smaller project, you can use a couple of simple tools by hand to accomplish this task. This is a 12-inch miter box. It's made out of plastic and will allow you to make straight cuts, 45-degree angle cuts, even side cuts on an angle if you need to. And it's all done with a Mitre Saw. Now this is specific to using a miter box. You see how it's kind of rectangular in shape, and it's got this kind of steel sheathing over the top to allow it to be used in the miter box so that when you're going back and forth, it'll give you the proper cut. Now on these miter boxes, there is a little bit of an angle difference. If you see there, it kind of sits off to the side. Typically, you're going to turn it like this so that when you're cutting and allowing the saw to do the cutting, it's going to give you that downward pressure as you're using the saw. Depending on what you're going to cut, this is a piece of colonial trim. When you're cutting any kind of trim, typically you're going to have the finished side of the trim face up so that you're cutting down to get the nice clean cut that you want for doing miters. If you're going to do a 45-degree miter where you're going around the top of a door frame or a window frame, that's where a miter box will help you. Now, for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to put this miter box, the wood inside the miter box like this, and I'm going to go ahead and take on an angle and cut a 45-degree angle. So you'll see right here that these grooves right here line up for the saw to come across. One of the things you have to remember is you have to allow the saw to do the cutting. You don't want to just do it all yourself and really force it down in there, because if you push too hard, then the cleanness of the cut will be compromised, and when you put the two pieces together, they just won't match. So as I come across and I line it up there, I'm going to gently have the teeth cut into the wood, nice and easy, basically allowing the saw to do the cutting, a little bit of downward pressure, but not too much. And the strokes that you're going to make across the wood are going to be short and even, because if you come too long, you'll miss it and you'll get off that groove there. So nice and easy. Once you come through there and it separates, you'll see that you get a nice, clean 45-degree cut. Now you measure your top piece, you place it all together, and this is how you cut trim. Remember, finish side up, let the saw do the work, and take your time. Oh, and always remember to wear safety glasses when you're doing any kind of cutting. If you need more advice or tips, visit your neighborhood Ace hardware store. Ace is the helpful place.